Hello and welcome to the playthrough video for Dustrunner. There is a tutorial video that you can watch. It'll show you exactly how to set everything up and actually explains the rules for you. But in this video, we're just going to get right at it. I have already chosen my vehicle, set all my cubes in place at the starting maximum health and maximum fuel, maximum ammo. I have my two modifications. I have a scanner, which I may discard to avoid an encounter with the dust worm. I also have a stable trek, which allows me to move 2 spaces instead of 1 space when I'm in the crags. Everything's shuffled, ready to go. I have my tracker set at 7 starting victory points that I can spend to redraw a card from a resolution deck. Minis are ready, and let's begin. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, reveal 1. I got the ambulance. The ambulance allows me to either spend 1 fuel to move 1 space or gain 3 health. I'm already at maximum health, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get some space between me and the raiders. So I'm going to spend 1 fuel and move myself 1 space. I get to discard both of those. I don't get to see that second card. Okay, got the farm. I can gain 1 health, 1 ammo, and 1 fuel and advance the raiders 1 space, or I can skip it and see what the other card has. This is not the greatest card to get early on because I really don't need anything except fuel, though fuel is very important in this game. I don't know if I will want to gain a fuel just to have the raiders move 1 forward, but also I'm afraid that if I could be something terrible here. I'm going to take the 1 fuel. Might come back to haunt me. 1 fuel, but the raiders get to move forward 1 space. Again, I don't get to see the second card. Hopefully it wasn't something really good that could have really helped me. Okay, now we've got some raiders. Do we want to deal with these raiders, or would we like to... I'd like to get some space between me and the raiders. Man, they're really close. I will skip the raiders. If this is another raider, that's going to really hurt me, but let's see what we got. Oh, the dust worm. Lose 3 health and advance the raiders 1 space. Well, I really don't like that, especially this early on in the game. So I am going to use my scanner. Going to use one of my modifications right away, and that will allow me to avoid an encounter with a dust worm. So that goes into a discard. Let's put that off to the side, and these 2 cards are considered resolved, and we will continue on our adventure here. Let's see if we can get to our base before the raiders catch us or we die. Ooh, the Craigs. This is exactly what we want. I was hoping for this card, this or the clear path, but this is actually really nice because I can spend 1 fuel to move 1 space, but since I have the stable trek, I can spend 1 fuel and I can move 2 spaces. I'm going to go this way for sure because it's not the same distance, and I can gain some much needed victory points. So how many did I move there? Did I move my 2? 1, 2. Okay. So let's continue on. Gas station. Man, I'm getting really lucky on this fuel early on. Do I want to spend a fuel to move a space, or do I want to gain 2 fuel? Man, I'm going to resolve this card. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do here. I'm only going to get 1 of the 2 fuel because I can't go past 4. I could just create some more distance, which is always good. So I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to spend a fuel, move 1 space. I landed on a star. If you land on a star or pass a star, you gain 3 victory points. So I'm at 7. Now I will be at 10. Haven't had to dip into the resolution deck yet. That's always a good sign. Okay, last two cards. You've only seen one raider, so I'm kind of terrified right now. Oh, and that's not really one we want to deal with, though he's not too terrible if we fight him as the first raider. So that is what I'm going to do, because I'm pretty certain I have another raider here, and it'll probably be worse. But I will, if I fight the raider as the second card, I will get to get both treasures. I'm going to skip him. And I'm going to go after this card here. Oh, what do you know? It's an outpost. Wow, okay. So I must have been just skipping raiders in the beginning. I got really lucky. Okay, so then I'm going to, I don't have any need for ammo. I'm going to spend another fuel. I'm spending fuel like mad, really putting some distance here. So that ends the round. I need to spend the fuel at the end of each round when you deplete these cards. So now I'm completely out of fuel, which means I'm not going to be able to advance anymore until I find some more fuel. I got really lucky that first time through. So let's shuffle this up. And let us continue. That was a really good first round. Okay, we get the ambulance again. I don't need health, but I also don't have any fuel. I can just say that I resolved this card without having to look at this card, but I don't know if that's what I really want to do here. I'd like to find the gas station again, or even the Spybot, because then I can get some more fuel from him. So I'm going to skip this card, which is a pretty rare thing to do, but I don't need anything from it. And let's see what we get here. Oh my gosh, got the dust worm. I was really hoping that my luck would continue. I lose 3 health, and the raiders advance. Okay. More raiders. Do I want to deal with these guys? He's pretty weak. Does offer some ammo, but I don't really need any ammo. I'm gonna skip him again. This is very risky. I'm really trying to get to that Spybot and or that gas station because I am out of fuel. Let's see what we get here. Oh my gosh. Yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, so now I have to fight a really nasty raider. And let's see who goes first and how much health he has. So since it's the second card, he gets the higher value of health, so he has 6. And plus whatever I get from the resolution deck. Resolution deck says 5 more, so it doesn't get much worse than that in this game. And I get to go first, indicated by that helmeted hero type character. Okay, so I get to attack first. I get to decide how much ammunition I want to spend. I am going to spend 4. I'm going to spend the maximum amount. So I'm going to go from 9 all the way down to 5. And because of that, I'm going to get to draw 4 cards from here. I'm looking to add up all these skulls. I do get to add 1 damage to the total. So at 3, that's a good start. 2 more, that's 3, 4, 5, 0, 6, 7 damage. So I do 7 damage to him, which will remove this dice and push this down to 4. So he is still alive, and since he is the second card, he gets to attack twice. He's the only raider that gets to draw 2 cards when he attacks. So let's see how much damage he does to me. 2. Plus 2 is 4. That is not great. So I go from 9 down to 5. Suddenly, I'm in very bad shape here as far as my health is concerned. This still could turn out fairly well for me. Let's see here. I'm going to spend 2 ammo because he only has 4 health left. So that puts me down to 3. Okay. Let's see what I get. 1. Come on, come on. Ah, there we go. plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. We have defeated our raider. So what we have to do is draw a card, and it will tell us how much, what additional, what treasure we get or loot, and how far the raiders get to attack. Because every time you get into a combat, raiders have an opportunity to advance, and lo and behold, raiders advance 2 spaces. They always follow you, but in this case he can go either way because we're already at this crossroad here. So suddenly the raiders are right on our tail again, only 2 spaces away. I gain 1 health, so I'm at 6 now. Since he was the second enemy I battled, I get to get this additional treasure that he has here. Had it been the first enemy, had I fought this guy, I would have gotten the health, and I would have tried to match the moon symbols, either whether it's a crescent or a full, and this would have matched, so I would have gotten this as well. But we didn't fight him, we fought him, and when you fight the second raider or enemy, you get both automatically. So I get 1 health, and I get a wild. It's the only character that gives me a wild, so I get to choose anything I want. 1 ammo, 1 fuel, 1 health, or I can grab a random mod. And it's not very often you get a chance to get a modification. And it's early enough in the game where I think I should go for it, and hopefully I can find fuel in the rest of the level. See, all these little choices I'm making really could backfire on me. Let's see what we got here. We got the hologram. Whenever raiders are to advance, you may discard this card and the raiders will not move. So this could save our butt down the road. So that was probably a good move. And since we defeated a raider, we also gain 2 more victory points. Okay, so not too bad. I haven't spent any of my victory points. Like I said, I can spend 2 of them to redraw from here. So I'm going to shuffle this up right away, since it's already been depleted. And place that there. And let's continue on. We are looking for the Spybot or the ambulance. Or the gas station. Or the farm. Farm would be okay. I'm going to skip this raider. We've already seen 2 of them, so I'm hopeful that there's not another one right away. And there is a clear path, and that's maybe the most painful card for me to see right now, because I am out of fuel, and I would have been able to spend 1 to go 2 spaces. This is the best card in the game, essentially, because you're trying to get to the end here. So that was painful. Can't do that. Ouch. Okay, come on, I need fuel. These raiders are catching up to me. More raiders, so that's kind of good. I'm getting information here. I'm learning. Now, I know all the raiders have been seen, so I know all that's left here is potentially for combat is a Spybot, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's see here. I will definitely, man, this is a tough one. Do I do the 2 ammo? Yeah, I have to do the 2 ammo. I don't have a choice. So I back to 5 ammo. That's good, in case we get into a combat situation. And let's continue on. Bam, bam. The Craigs. Again, an opportunity for me to advance 2 spaces, and I'm out of fuel. So all those choices I made to spend my fuel and not take fuel is really kind of coming back to haunt me here. So I'm going to skip this because I still want to find that Spybot or that gas station, because I need fuel at the end of the round or I'm going to be in trouble. There's the Spybot. Okay, we got bailed out a little bit. So that's 4 health he has, plus 4 more health. That's 8 health. So we're going to get some fuel here for sure, because he's carrying fuel. And we're fighting him as the second enemy, so we're definitely going to get at least 1 fuel. So let's see what he gets to attack first, though, which is not great. And how the Spybot attacks is he draws 1 card and the enemy moves. So we could potentially lose right here if we draw a card that moves the enemy or the raiders 2 spaces. They would catch us, and it would probably be all my fault for my bad choices. We got lucky. So his attack isn't damage. His attack is moving the raiders. So the raiders now move. They're right behind me, 1 space, and I'm in trouble. And I'm I'm probably going to lose here because at the end of the round, we're going to have to see if they advance, because at the end of every combat, we draw a card to see our treasure and advance the enemy, and there's only a few of them that have 0 movement for the raiders, so there's a good chance that we lose here, and not great. Oh, actually, we have this card. We got that hologram. That's going to probably save our hides. Okay, so let us see here. Oh man, this is terrifying. I'm just freaking out here. Okay, so I'm going to spend some ammo and try to take this guy out. I'm going to spend 3, be somewhat conservative. 1, 2, 3. I only have 2 ammo left, so that's concerning. And let's see if we can defeat him with 3 attacks. 0, terrible start. 1, we might be in real trouble here. I probably should have spent all my ammo. Oh my gosh, we did really bad here. So that's 4 total because of my damage from my enemy. So he still has 4 health, and now he gets to attack. And this could be the end of us. This might be a very short tutorial video, but it gives you a pretty good sense of things. I need to draw from here for his attack and hope to get a 0. And we got a 1. So technically, we would lose the game, but I'm going to spend my hologram here that I was hoping to be able to spend at the end of the round, or at the end of the combat. So that is out, and they're not going to move, so we're still kind of safe. Man, this is tough. I'm going to spend my last 2 ammo. I'm out of ammo, and I'm hoping I can kill him here. 1, I need a 2 or more here. 3, okay, 4 plus 1 is 5. We beat the Spybot. My word. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. I have to draw a card from Resolution deck to see what treasure I get, but also to see if the enemy advances. And if it's anything other than 0, we have lost the game. Oh, we got super lucky. It is 0, so they don't move. They're right on our butts. And I get 1 ammo, so that's nice. And I gain 1 fuel, which is perfect. Okay, terrifying, terrifying. Let's continue on. Bam, bam. Gas station, man. 2 fuel. I will take that 2 fuel. Man, we're going to hopefully get something good to start the next round. Okay, so end of that round. Oh, we did defeat an enemy, so I will gain 2 more experience or victory points. And I will have to spend 1 fuel because it's the end of the round. Man, doesn't get much closer than this. We are getting real close here. Okay. Take a little pause here before we go into round 3. Okay, sorry about that pause. I have to pause because my camera here only records for 20 minutes at a time. So after about 17-18 minutes, I usually pause the video. So we're back. Let's take a real quick, we're kind of in the middle here, inventory of where we're at. We've got 2 fuel, we're getting low on health, we're almost out of ammunition. The raiders are right on our butts. Any terrible thing happens here and we're in big trouble. We have gotten a decent amount of experience, but man, that finish line looks pretty far away from us, so we're going to need some help here. Okay. Let's continue on. Ooh, gas station right off the bat. I'll take that 2 fuel. That gets me all the way to 4. That feels real nice. Unfortunately, I don't know what this card was. Hopefully it wasn't the Clear Path or the Craig's. Raider. I really can't chance of combat right now, because if I get into combat, at the end of the combat, there's a potential for the raiders to advance, and I no longer have that hologram. So I'm going to have to skip them and hope it's not another raider. It is the farm. Man, this is the terrible, terrible, terrible way to end this tutorial video, because I do gain 1 health, I do gain 1 ammo and 1 fuel. However, the raiders advance 1 space, and I have no way of stopping that. So I guess I'll go through this and give myself that and give myself an ammo. Can't add any more fuel because I'm at max, but unfortunately the game is over because the raiders have overcome us. Now, through play testing, I have found that the win percentage is around 25 to 30% of the games you'll win. You'll get to the finish line. When you lose, about half the time it's because the raiders catch you, and about half the time you lose all of your health. And those are the two ways that you can lose the game. So this is the official playthrough video for Dustrunner. Hopefully there'll be some content creators out there that will create some more videos, and hopefully you guys at home will have a much better luck than I have had. Thank you very much. Until next time, take care.